video. Today is something a little bit different because I do not currently have my camera with me. I didn't bring it with me today, and that is because I have decided to do kind of a challenge and also what I hope is going to be a helpful video, in that I'm going to be only taking pictures with my iPhone today, because I thought firstly it would be a fun challenge for me. I do feel slightly paranoid that I'm going to see something really cool and not be able to photograph it, but never mind. And the second reason I wanted to only take pictures with my phone today is because I feel like most people who they're not sure if they like wildlife photography, they might not have a camera, and it's hard to go from there's no real way to test out wildlife photography with you. I mean, there's the phone obviously, and that's what I'm going to be doing today, but there's either you spend loads of money on a camera or you don't. And so today I thought I would use my phone to kind of do a bit of wildlife photography and see what I can get, and give some tips on taking good wildlife photographs with a phone, and kind of see what happens really. And that is the plan for today. It's quite windy. There is some sun, but there's also quite a lot of clouds around. But I'm hoping it stays dry, at least until I finish this challenge anyway. This afternoon it can rain all it likes. But yeah, that is the plan for today's video. There is actually 3 cameras on my phone. I don't know how you control all of them. I have no idea what the different settings are. You can get different apps for your camera to make your camera work. I do not have any of those. We're just going to use the basic camera button. And then I'm not going to edit anything, because when I started wildlife photography I didn't actually edit anything, so I want it to be like if you are at the very beginning of trying wildlife photography with your phone. We're not going to edit anything, we're just going to take a picture and go with that. But yeah, that is the plan for today's video, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about some tips and where I actually am today, because that is a key part of my iPhone photography plan today. So yeah, see you later.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer.
So the first factor you should kind of think about if you want to try wildlife photography with your iPhone is the location. And I feel like this is maybe the most important point. You can kind of choose where to go and do photography, because you can't really expect to just go out and be like, oh yeah, snap, 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 because in most places wildlife is kind of afraid of people, and so it wouldn't come close enough for you to get a good picture with your iPhone. However, saying that, there are several locations that I think are perfect for wildlife photography with an iPhone, and the first of which is a park. So that is actually where I am today. I'm in a country park. It's got a big lake. There is people walking here every single day. There's families here every single holiday. It is actually packed, which is why I'm filming this on a rather wet Monday morning to avoid people. But yeah, the parks are perfect because all the wildlife and any species you encounter is probably so used to people. It's almost slightly concerning in that the squirrels will, there's signs up that say don't feed the squirrels because they will bite you. That level of wildlife trust in people is the sort of level you want to take good pictures with your iPhone. Other good locations I would suggest are like coastal beach areas. Even though there's not as many different bird species and different species there, they are used to people. And where else is good? Any urban areas as well. So I forgot what I was going to say then. Any urban areas like city centre, greens, cathedral. You know when there's like a cathedral and there's like green area outside of it? Those are good. And any area within a city that has wildlife is good because it's always used to people, like in the park. So that is kind of the first point to consider. Yeah.
Startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
Okay guys, so I've just been up here on this, it's like an aerial walkway. There's like a bird feeder hanging from the tree there, is that it? I've just been taking some pictures with my phone, and it is definitely harder than I remember it being. Oh, you can see the little birds landing behind me. But I wanted to talk a bit about a couple. So it was about at this point during the morning where the wind really started to pick up. It might have been that I was on the aerial walkway, or it might just have been the weather, because there was several weather warnings when I actually filmed this. So I thought I would just voice over the next part of the video, and it's basically just my tips for using your iPhone for wildlife photography. And the first thing that I recommend doing is, and this is actually something I still do with my camera and is just vitally important really, is that I always try and get on eye level or lower than the subject that I'm trying to photograph. And this just gives a much more like animal or species centric view, and it just makes the photographs look so much better, and as though they're not just you taking an aerial shot of whatever species it is, as you can see me doing with the ducks in this little clip. And my other tip is that I know there's lots of different settings on my iPhone, and I assume most other phones have that, and there's like portrait, normal photograph. I just use all of them. I can't tell you what the difference is because I know barely anything about my phone. And I know you can change the settings and stuff. I don't bother doing that when I'm taking pictures on my phone, and I definitely didn't do that when I started wildlife photography. It was fairly recently in my wildlife photography journey that I actually started editing my pictures at all. And it wasn't until the lockdowns when I actually sat down and learnt the different settings on my own camera. Before then I was just shooting on all like the whatever the setting is, like, you know, on cameras you have the little running person, you have the little landscape picture. I was just using those. So I didn't bother with changing the settings. You of course can, if you are going to use your iPhone or phone, whatever, you can of course learn all the different settings and you'll probably have better results than me. But personally, when I just got started, I was happy just taking pictures and pressing the normal button. And my other tip for phones specifically is that I started, when I was taking these pictures of these ducks, I actually started turning my phone upside down so that the camera was closer to the ground than, you know, when you flip your phone upside down, so the camera's closest to the ground. And I was taking pictures like that, which actually I was really happy with some of the results from this. As you can see, the mandarin duck photographs here in the video. So yeah, that's just a phone tip, because obviously when you have a camera you can't really, well, you can turn it to portrait, but it's not the same as when you're using your phone. But yeah, that's basically all my tips, and we will continue on with the video now and keep seeing me taking some nice pictures of ducks.
Beyond gravity.
now back in my car. It is very windy outside, and I feel like most of today's clips may end up being voiced over because of the amount of wind that I could hear when I was filming. But I have had a really good time this morning, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And if you're just getting started in wildlife photography and you're using your iPhone, good luck. Or it doesn't even, just your phone. It doesn't need to be an iPhone. I hope you, I think that I actually got some decent photographs with my phone. I never expected them to be on the same level as my camera, but I did have fun this morning. And I like the fact that my iPhone weighs significantly less than my telephoto lens, which is a definite positive for the iPhone. So yeah, there is that. I think the pictures that turned out the best were probably the duck ones, because they were easiest to photograph, and I don't think ducks, unlike the smaller species, they're not put off by the wind, so I think that made it way easier. But yeah, I think it was a really good challenge, and I am gonna do a second part to this, but it's not split into two parts, so it's gonna be like a new edition in the summertime of insect iPhone photography, because I feel like insects, they're not scared of people. Unfortunately, there's no insects out at the moment because we're in winter, and also it is a horrible day today. I've decided today's weather is not it. But yeah, I'm going to do a second part in the summertime. But I hope you have found this video useful and some of the techniques useful, and I hope you like and subscribe as well, because it would be really nice to have some more subscribers. If you wanted to, you can also follow me on Instagram. I always forget to mention these things. And you can also check out my website, and I will link a blog post of today's video in the description that will have like all the tips written down and stuff. So that's nice as well. But yeah, I will see you all next week for a new video. I don't know what just wrote down.
Easy, easy on our tiptoe.